Alright, episode 2, 757 game night with your host Jamal Hawkins. I got my co-host with me.
Yes, you're also with Aaron Kraft.
And we got some good guests here tonight. We got a couple guys from Green Run coming in and joining us tonight. Of course, we are here at another Friday night at the Game Academy 707 League. So you know we had some fun last week.
A lot of good games.
What was the game of the week last week? Was the UGK? What was it? What was the game of the week last week?
Last week was
it was a good one too. How did you forget the good one?
And Ocean Lake.
Look, Princess Anne and the Ocean Lakes.
Yeah.
That's a crazy. Oscar Smith. Yeah, that was a good one too. What? Princess Anne won it?
Oscar won.
Oscar Smith won. All right, so we got another good game coming up at I think 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
I believe
What's
so.
the game of the week tonight?
Oh, I can tell you right now. Because I have it pulled up on here.
Come on, man, you gotta get that together.
Hey, look, it happens. You got the Sono Tigers and the North Carolina Hurricanes.
Look like they both unbeaten, two unbeaten teams. Sono Tigers 8-0, North Carolina Hurricanes 7-0-1. So as the Game Academy headline says, somebody has something to lose, and it's gonna happen tonight at 8 o'clock. So we look forward to that one.
Surely do. That North Carolina team look a little scary.
It's a little scary.
Look a little scary.
All right. Well, also coming up tonight, we'll be talking NBA Finals. Probably be over tonight. Game 5. Probably be over tonight. LA taking it again. So
ain't no probably is at this point. Go ahead, write your speech for Kobe. And call it a day. They already pulled out the black jerseys. They like right there.
Yeah. So again, we got another wonderful night, Friday night here at the G&B Sportsplex, and we'll be joined first. Green Run. What y'all going by in the 707 League?
Stable.
We got the stable Coach Q joining us tonight, so we look forward to that conversation, and we'll be back with that shortly. Just in time with the man, the plug, the connect. The stable / Green Run Coach Qutrell Payton.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Glad for you to join us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know, man. Me and Q, we go way back, man, like elementary school days.
Neptunes, man.
I was the same size.
Hey, look, man. He probably was the same size with the same big head.
Yeah, all that.
All that, man. Always been a good guy, man. Always been watching him. Just progress throughout the years, man. Really has a passion for this, and really, I can honestly remember back to high school saying he, wanted to do this, and I seen you tweeted that, where you were then, but I remember way back before this, you wanted to be here, and I just said this before we came on, like just look at how far we've come. Yeah. We've come from obviously a rough environment, but to be where we're at today is I feel like it's a blessing, man. That's why I always like to give a little message to the kids, and just tell them, like, look, man, we walk them same streets, the same projects, the same malls, same party areas. Like you can be right here. But yeah, man, for sure. Yep.
And actually, see, a lot of people also don't know this. Coach Q, I'm gonna say, since y'all in the room, Coach Q is the one that gave me like kind of put the battery in my back as far as starting my own thing. Like we had a private conversation on Twitter. A lot of people don't know that though. He was like, bro, you need to go ahead and do your thing. Yeah, like you talented, like you can really do it. So I'm like, damn, like that really gave me confidence. So like I said, I don't know if I ever told you this, but while we got people in the room, I definitely want to acknowledge that, man. Like
I appreciate that, man.
No doubt.
And I feel like you know me, like it definitely comes from a place of sincerity, because I feel like I always felt like, and obviously we've been real cool throughout the years. I'm talking about we've been at parties.
Yeah.
Okay. But at the same time, it's like, and I'm gonna tell you where it came from. I feel like you seek the goal. I feel like you reached it, and I feel like you were right there. And I saw so much more in you as a friend. Like, yo, you could take this way farther than where you at. And not to say that where you were wasn't good enough or whatever, but I feel like you peaked. I feel like you peaked at that point, and then now you're opening doors to where I feel like now the sky's the limit. I feel like you got to a certain point, and I feel like you're knocking the door down,
Yeah,
and I love to see that, man. So anything that I could have said, and I definitely remember the conversation, because I really felt like you were at a great spot. Don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously everyone knows you, but I feel like you were bigger than what you were giving to the public. So, for sure. Yeah,
and it's crazy because I call you the guru. Like when you tell me about a kid, or when I see you tweet about a kid, I'm like, yo, that kid can play, because I've seen you identify kids early, like talking about Tony Grimes. We like, hey, you need to play DB, or certain kids, George, you need to switch from basketball, you play football. Worked out perfect for you, George. So you know, those are things I'm able to see, like that you've able to do. So I tell anybody, like, yo, when Coach Q said kid can play, you might want to listen. So it ain't.
And I just look at it like this, like, I don't let my eyes lie to me. Like, for example, like I see George, right? So when I first got the green run, and George would tell you, man, I just seen this kid who has some size to him, running around the basketball court, very aggressive on rebounds, very aggressive on checking people. I mean, he's talking about a kid that's a power forward who can check guards. So in my mind, okay, he has good feet for a big dude. Yeah, he's aggressive on rebounds. Okay, this kid could probably play football. And like I said, George would tell you, you know, I talk to him every day. Same thing with Tayon Holloway, but long before he was 4 or 5 star prospect, number 8 corner in the country, I was telling Tayon, like, look, man, you can be one of the best players in the country. Did I tell you that? Before any offer, he was just a skinny kid out there. I think he was playing quarterback before I got there, and corner, and I'm like, yo, you move different. You're 14 years old. You move different. I know what it looks like. You're gonna be one of the best. And he looked at me, because he's really a shy kid. And same thing with George. And I'm telling George to tell you the same thing. I'm like, yo, you're gonna play big time college football. I don't care if you haven't played in 2 years. You are a dominant football player. So I will tell you, you're a dominant football player. So when I look at stuff, I look at it from a fair lens. And I know in this area, it's hard to give an honest assessment, but to me, I can't cheat the game of football. I love it too much. I'm that kid that played at Lakewood Park when I was young. You know that. You know what I'm saying? You was that kid. So I can't cheat the game. And no matter if you're a friend of mine, I have to see it from that lens. You know, so that's really where my evaluations come. Like, yo, this kid is this at this age, and the same thing I respect with you. I feel like me and you have had conversations about a lot of basketball players. You don't miss. To be honest, you know what I'm saying? But I do this football, you do the basketball. So I'm gonna big up you. You have never missed. You have, and my thing is this. I'm gonna tell it to you early. Before George Wilson is a 4-star prospect going to the SEC, he's the highest rated signee this year for South Carolina on their team in the SEC. South Carolina's a good football team. George Wilson is the top recruit in his class. That's crazy. And this kid didn't play football in 9th, 10th grade, but I saw something in him, and he trusted me. Look, Coach Q, I'm gonna trust you on this. Look me dead in my face. I look him dead in my eyes. I said, hey, big fella, I got you. Same thing with Tayon Holloway. Long before he's the number 8, 4 or 5 star, depending on the recruiting service, I said, kid, you're gonna be something. And then he said, Coach, I'm gonna trust you. So I feel like it's the same thing with you in basketball. You have told me about players long before they have had the notoriety, and I respect that, because it's easy to say, yo, this kid is awesome after the fact. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say I respect that, and I respect you. You know what I'm saying? So
how hard is it, like, when you're trying to sell a college coach on a kid and he doesn't have the stars, he doesn't have the film? How hard is it for you to sell a kid to a college coach? Or what do you say to a college coach?
To be honest with you, just like you said, right? And it's not to pat myself on the back. I have put in years of work with not lying to these guys. And a lot of high school coaches in the area hit me up. Q, hey, can you put me in with this coach, that coach, this coach, that coach? I'm talking about, I have had Nick Saban himself. I've had, I'm gonna use him because he's at the top of the line. Right or wrong, I got a call from Alabama. Hey, I need to talk to Tayon Holloway. Can he play here? Coach, yes he can. He's one of the best in the country. I stand on that. We had the 3-way call. He had a scholarship offer from the University of Alabama.
That's great. A real scholarship.
For them. I'm glad you said that, but yes, because every offer that I have had with Tayon Holloway, George Wilson, whoever, have come from the coach himself. Right or wrong, guys? From the coach himself. So if you hear an offer from a guy I'm connected with, you best believe it came from that coach himself. Coach, I want this kid to come to my school, and a lot of times it's, yo, can we get him to commit? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, It's a tough game, but to answer your question, I feel like these coaches know I'm not gonna lie to them, and I'm not gonna lie to them. At the end of the day, some kids are Division II player, and there's nothing wrong with that. I play ball at Hampton. I love Hampton. I love my experience at HU. Don't get me wrong. Do I feel like, you know, obviously back then it was a little bit different. My SATs didn't match, and I didn't have a bad GPA. I just wasn't a good test taker. But I don't. To me, I'm not going to take that Hampton experience away from nothing because I feel like it was a great experience. I have lifelong friends. But I say that to say this. Some people are a black college player. Some people are a Division III player. Some people are a high, like these two guys, they've been playing in front of 100,000 people. That's one of the first conversations I had with them. I said, look, man, I see some of you guys. You're going to play in front of 100,000 people. You guys are going to go and visit. Everything I ever told these guys happened.